Hi, and welcome to this week's Through the News Flash. We're beginning today with the latest news from Paris. The fire at the Notre-Dame Cathedral has destroyed the 13th century wooden interior and the famous pointed dome, although it has now become known that the holy relics, most notably Christ's thorn crown, have in fact been salvaged. About 600 million euros have already been collected from multinational companies and philanthropists to help rebuild the monument. Meanwhile, an ephemeral wooden cathedral will be built in front of Notre-Dame to give Catholics a place to pray on site. Development on Brunei's laws that legalize stoning as punishment for homosexual relations. After a number of public personalities have called for a boycott of the luxury hotels owned by the Brunei Sultan, such as the Dorchester Hotel in London and Le Meurice in Paris, the social media accounts of these hotels have been deleted or made inaccessible. The company that manages the 9 hotels earlier updated its website to respond to the backlash, writing, "We do not tolerate any form of discrimination." The civil war going on in Libya since 2014 is at risk of yet another great escalation. A battle for control over Libyan capital Tripoli marks the most important tension since the toppling of the Libyan dictator Gaddafi in 2011. Haftar's attempt to seize Tripoli presents a danger of a grave humanitarian crisis that could bring hundreds of thousands of refugees to Italy and the rest of Europe, adding the civilians fleeing the conflict zone to the existing 800,000 migrants potentially ready to leave. The biggest general election in the world, with 900 million eligible voters, is taking place in India. The two main candidates to become the next Prime Minister are the current one, Narendra Modi of the BJP, Indian People's Party, and Rahul Gandhi of Indian National Congress. Modi is known for reinforcing national security and as the most popular figure in Indian politics, but infamous for encouraging discrimination against minorities due to the party's Hindu-centered ideology. Gandhi has the advantage of a line of prime ministers in the family, with a party that supports the values of freedom, tolerance and equality. We will see who becomes the next leader on May 23rd. Thousands of people have taken part in civil disobedience protests in London, blockading 4 landmarks in the capital in an attempt to force the government to take action on the escalating climate crisis. The events in London were part of an international climate rebellion organized by Extinction Rebellion, a movement that uses non-violent civil disobedience in order to minimize the risk of human extinction and ecological collapse. Now on to some hopeful news. Researchers at the Tel-Aviv University have 3D printed the first ever heart with human cells and tissue. This is the first time anyone anywhere has successfully engineered an entire heart, complete with all the details. Although it's the size of a rabbit's and still leaves some time before being able to replace transplants altogether, scientists consider it a huge advancement for cardiovascular diseases, the leading cause of death in the developing world. Moving on to pop culture for the end as usual, the final season of Game of Thrones has premiered on Sunday, probably one of the most highly anticipated events this year, as the fans worldwide prepare to say goodbye to the show forever. All we can say without spoilers is that the episode was satisfyingly nostalgic, if not somewhat calm, considering that the show only has 5 episodes left to untangle the whole mess and wrap the story up. So I guess we'll have to wait and see. Stay tuned for more at ThroughTheNews.com and make sure to follow us on social media. Bye!